दिन के बाद, आज से 2 दिन के बाद मैं सीएम की कुर्सी से इस्तीफा देने जा रहा हूं और मैं तब तक सीएम की कुर्सी पे नहीं बैठूंगा जब तक जनता अपना फैसला ना सुना दे। अगर आपको लगता है केजरीवाल ईमानदार है, मेरे पक्ष में वोट दे देना।
You're watching Viewpoint. I am Afrida Rahman Ali. Why has Arvind Kejriwal taken this decision to resign now, and who will be his successor? What exactly are the political calculations that the party is banking upon, given that the Delhi Assembly elections are said to be held early next year? In fact, there is buzz on whether it can be advanced to November this year, along with the Maharashtra elections. Will Arvind Kejriwal's release help the party gather forces, plunge into electoral politics with renewed vigor, as Delhi is its biggest stronghold, so to speak? It draws its maximum political strength from this territory. Will that be retained, or is that now slipping? That is something we want to discuss. Joining me today here on the program is senior journalist Ashutosh, co-founder of Satya Hindi. Thank you so much, Ashutosh, for joining us.
Thank you.
I'm so happy you could make time. Thanks for joining us. Let's begin with the big question then. The first thing is, Arvind Kejriwal didn't resign when he was arrested, but now, after his release on bail, he has announced, with a lot of proclamation, that he's going to resign. He's resigning now. What, according to you, is the political calculation behind this?
I've been saying this. It's a desperate act, and it's too late and too little, because the territory in Delhi is slipping from his hand, and he's realized that if he still continues as a chief minister, the people of Delhi is going to be a little bit more upset, because let's not compare him with the other politicians. Obviously, you can compare him with Lalu Prasad Yadav, Jayalalitha, and Hemant Soren, because all of them, when they were faced with the arrest, they had resigned and gone to the jail. But here was a man who, when he faced with the arrest, he did not resign. He went to jail, and he announced that he will run the government from the jail, which was unprecedented, bizarre, and I can say that it's only a theatrics, nothing else. Because you can't run a government. No chief minister can run the government from the jail if he's inside the jail, because he's incapacitated, he's incapable of discharging the constitutional duties, and then it goes against his basic moral grain. It is he who has been saying that if anybody is accused of corruption, he should face the agencies and the court, and once he gets clean from the court, then he should resume his duties again. Here was the same man is now setting a different yardstick for himself. And it has not been received well by the people in Delhi, and even outside Delhi. People are questioning that if you are so clean, why didn't you face the agencies when for the first time you got the notice from ED? Why you were running away? Why you're trying to save yourself by going to the courts?
But you're saying that, it has not been received well by people. How do you know? We will only know when elections are held, because Arvind Kejriwal has come out and said, vote for me if you think I'm innocent. Don't vote for me if you don't think I'm innocent. Clearly, he has this confidence to say something like that.
आज मैं आपकी अदालत में आया हूं, जनता की अदालत में आया हूं। आपसे पूछने के लिए आया हूं, क्या आप केजरीवाल को ईमानदार मानते हो कि गुनहगार मानते हो? मैं दिल्ली की जनता से पूछना चाहता हूं, मैं देश की जनता से पूछना चाहता हूं कि क्या केजरीवाल ईमानदार है कि गुनहगार है? दोस्तों, 2 दिन के बाद, आज से 2 दिन के बाद मैं सीएम की कुर्सी से इस्तीफा देने जा रहा हूं। और मैं तब तक सीएम की कुर्सी पे नहीं बैठूंगा जब तक जनता अपना फैसला ना सुना दे। मैं जनता के बीच में जाऊंगा, गली गली में जाऊंगा, घर घर में जाऊंगा, और जब तक जनता अपना फैसला ना सुना दे कि केजरीवाल ईमानदार है, तब तक मैं सीएम की कुर्सी के ऊपर नहीं बैठूंगा। आज से कुछ महीने बाद चुनाव है, दिल्ली के चुनाव हैं। मैं जनता को निवेदन करना चाहता हूं, अपील करना चाहता हूं, अगर आपको लगता है केजरीवाल ईमानदार है, मेरे पक्ष में वोट दे देना। अगर आपको लगता है केजरीवाल गुनहगार है, मेरे को वोट मत देना। आप अगर मेरे को, आपका एक एक वोट मेरी ईमानदारी का सर्टिफिकेट होगा। अगर आप मेरे को वोट देके जिताओगे और अगर आप कहोगे कि केजरीवाल ईमानदार है, तो चुनाव के बाद, उसके बाद जाके मैं सीएम की कुर्सी पे बैठूंगा, तब तक मैं सीएम की कुर्सी पे नहीं बैठूंगा।
Courage, isn't it, for somebody to say that?
I don't want to say this, but I have, since you have asked the question, so I have to say this because Indian politics and Indian elections is a different ball game altogether. Winning and losing is a different ball game altogether. The best of the candidates, they lose the deposits. One of the most celebrated academician who has tried to contest election, even they lost it. Not that they were the bad people. And the worst of the gundas, accused of most heinous crimes, they win elections. And there are many examples. Look at the ADR report. More than 100 politicians inside the parliament who have become the member of parliament, they are accused of many heinous crimes, like even the corruption charges, the murder charges, and all kinds of things. But they win elections. So winning and losing elections is something different. Here was a man who used to say, who had set such a high standards in public life, and if he is not following his own standards, then obviously people are going to judge him differently. So I will not say that even if he wins election, I'm not saying that he whether he will win elections or lose elections. That's a different ball game altogether. Even if he wins election, that doesn't absolve that he's not going to be absolved from the accusation which he has got.
Yes.
Finally, it is the court of law in India which will prove whether he committed a crime or he did not commit a crime. So the final arbiter is the court, not the people. And so I can. It's only sorry.
No. In your piece on Free Press Journal today, you are saying if his act is driven by morality, then like L.K. Advani, who when accused in the Hawala case had said that he would not contest election till he's given a clean sheet by court, Kejriwal should have also said that unless he's given a clean sheet. Fact of the matter is these are cases that go on forever. Are you suggesting Mr. Kejriwal should quit politics? He should bow out of the scene altogether?
Then the Kejriwal from the beginning itself would have said that I'm an ordinary politician. I'm also governed by the grammar of the politics of that time. Why he said that he's not in politics to do politics but to change politics? When you set such high standard for yourself, then you have to abide by that. Lal Kesh Advani, I'm not an admirer of Lal Kesh Advani. I don't like his kind of politics. But the thing is, it has to be said, it has to be praised, and it has to be admired that he had the guts, he had the courage of his own conviction, that he has not committed anything wrong, and that is why he said, unless I get a clean sheet from the court, I will not contest election, I will not go to the parliament. At that point of time, when he said that, nobody knew that how long the case will go on. It could have gone on for decades and decades, and Advani's career would have been ruined. Fortunately for him, the case fell flat, and he was given a clean sheet by the court itself. So it is not that Kejriwal's case will go on and on and on. If that is the case, then why are you in politics? Anybody can lodge a complaint against you. Anybody can file a FIR against you, and then you have to face it. The issue is as simple. Issue is Kejriwal cannot be judged by the yardstick which judges other politicians. He should be judged by the yardstick he himself has set. And he has accused even the tallest leader in the country of all kinds of corruptions. He dared them to resign and face the consequences. But when it came to him, he did not do that. That's why I'm saying, and I'm boldly saying, that Kejriwal has committed a mistake, a historical blunder, by not resigning when he was arrested. Even before he was arrested, he should have resigned. He would have passed the patent to somebody else, and then he would have said, I will not hold a constitutional post till I am given clean sheet by the court of law. And I request the government of India, I request agencies to have a time-bound investigation, finish this investigation in a certain amount of time, and let the court decide within a year. And if I am
that the Aam Aadmi Party is saying, अगर वो करना है, अगर ऐसे ही हम लोग resign कर दे, तो BJP will keep using this tactic against non-BJP chief ministers कि एक slap a case against them with stringent provisions, just make them go behind bars and remove them from the scene. तो ये tactic बार-बार use करते रहेंगे non-BJP chief ministers के खिलाफ. Therefore, you should not give in. That is the logic AAP is giving us.
It's rubbish, nothing else. It's a big rubbish. Arvind Kejriwal is trying to is known for theatrics. He's indulging into theatrics. The fact of the matter is
true that agencies are weaponized, or you're saying that is also rubbish?
No, agencies are weaponized. There is no doubt about it. But Hemant Soren did resign before going to jail. Lalu Prasad Yadav did resign before going to jail. Jayalalitha did resign before going to jail. The fact is, the country will be run by the constitution, not by the whims and fancy of some leader. The country will not be run by what Arvind Kejriwal thinks about the constitution. What is his politics? Let's be very clear on this. The politics will be run according to the constitution. The constitution will not run according to the politics.
But
if the
constitution doesn't bind you to resign if you are implicated in any case.
Agreed.
Spirit he should.
Agreed. But can a chief minister run government from jail? If that is the yardstick, then where the country will lead? Anybody who's going to any government servant, any clerk, any officer, he's sent to jail, and he said, "I will not resign because I can still discharge my duties as a clerk, discharge my duty as an officer, discharge my duty as a secretary, whatever." But the minute a government servant is jailed, he's suspended. You can't do yardstick. The chief minister is going to jail, but he will discharge his constitutional duties. I really pity on all those experts who are talking about the chief minister can run the government from the jail. Either they are so enamored of the Arvind Kejriwal, or they do not know the constitution. The constitution is not only a written document. Constitution is a living organism. Constitution is not what is written only in words. Constitution also evolves with convention and traditions. The convention in India is that the minute a chief minister is faced with an arrest, he resigns and passes the baton to somebody else and goes to jail. And once he's out of the jail, he can resume his duties again. He can again be elected as a leader of the legislature party.
Yes, he can't. In his case, his bail order has got a condition where he couldn't have, even if he was, he can't even resume his duties as a chief minister now. So in his case, even now, that is not something that he could have done or resumed his duties.
No, he can still. The court has not pronounced him guilty. Court has not said that you can't function as the chief minister. The court has only said that you can't go to the chief minister's office. That's all. The court has said, or sign files. But when he was in jail, was he signing files? Was he going to the chief minister's office? So when you are in jail, then you are running the government. When you are out of the jail, you are finding an excuse that I can't go to the chief minister's office. I can't sign any file, so I am resigning. What rubbish is this? This is.
But you are saying in your article, you are saying it is an attempt to salvage the party's prestige. So you do believe that this will move in that direction? You believe that this resignation might help the party, or will it hurt the party?
I don't think this is the resignation is going to help the party. Because the Arvind Kejriwal of 2011, 2012, 2013 was a different Arvind Kejriwal altogether, and he was perceived as a messiah, as a crusader against corruption. Today, he and his party has been to jail, and there is a serious accusation of corruptions. And forget about the excise policy. What about the Shish Mahal, the residence? He has renovated his residence, spending the government money, more than 45 crores. Is it not corruption? Then what it is? This was the same man, this was the same party which used to say that while the chief minister, the ministers are living in big bungalows, they should be living in a 2-room flat. So 10 years back, He was advocating a two-room flat for the ministers and chief minister and the prime minister and for everybody. Now, when he became the chief minister, he is spending public money and spending more than 45 crores. So, what is this? Is it not corruption? So the issue is you can't, once you set a benchmark for yourself, if you do not follow those benchmarks, then people are going to judge by the benchmark you yourself has set.
Yes, but Ashutosh, if you read Nirja's column today on the Express, she says, I go to the interiors of Delhi, I go to Mangolpuri, I ask people, they say, क्यों नहीं वोट देंगे जब हमें बिजली मिल रहा है, पानी मिल रहा है, हमारे बच्चे स्कूल में जा सकते हैं और दे इजी एक्सेस टू एजुकेशन, हम केजरीवाल को वोट देंगे और गलत है कि उनको जेल में रखा गया. तो लोगों में ये सेंटिमेंट अभी भी है ऑन ग्राउंड.
I don't buy that argument.
What has changed from 2020 and 2015?
I'm
Why
not-
do you think it is different?
I'm not buying that argument. Every reporter is free to have his own opinion. Every reporter has his own ways of trying to gauge the mood of the public. The fact of the matter is, in the parliamentary elections, when he was in jail, and the party was in alliance with the Congress party, the popularity of Mr. Narendra Modi was at its lowest ebb. Still, Aam Aadmi Party failed to win a single parliamentary seat. Why? If people were so much sympathetic to his cause, then people, as a matter of protest, would have rejected Narendra Modi in the parliamentary election and would have voted for Arvind Kejriwal in the Congress in
ये तो
Delhi.
पिछली बार भी हुआ. Last time also लोकसभा में ये verdict था, लेकिन assembly में they got massive win. 67 seats 2020, 62 seats 2020 and 2015 they got 67 seats. तो ये pattern तो पहले भी था. Where लोकसभा they did not win.
But at that point of time, Modi was extremely popular. In 2014, he was extremely popular. In 2019, he was extremely popular. He increased his vote share. He increased his seat from 282 to 303 seats. So let's not compare oranges and apples. Today, Narendra Modi and Bharatiya Janata Party is not doesn't have a government of its own. Their seats have reduced to 40. And in a state like UP, where Samajwadi Party and the Congress has defeated them handsomely. In Maharashtra, the BJP is struggling badly. So let's not compare that. Today, Narendra Modi's popularity is very low. I'm not saying that he's not popular, but his popularity is very low. Why Arvind Kejriwal and his party could not win a single seat, despite being in alliance with the Congress party? I could understand that in 2014, 2019, people had perceived Arvind Kejriwal and his party as a regional party, so they did vote for him. But in 2024, Aam Aadmi Party was a part of India Alliance, and as a part of India Alliance, it was seen as a national alternative. So why the people did not see Arvind Kejriwal and India Alliance in Delhi as a national alternative? So why their vote share did not increase? Why they did not win? And
you are saying that will continue now to the state elections. That pattern is likely to be retained.
That pattern will retain. But again, I'm saying that I'm not saying that whether he's going to win or lose. That I'm not passing a judgment on that. So winning election and losing election is a different ball game altogether. But he can't. He's not the same Arvind Kejriwal. Aam Aadmi Party is not the same Aam Aadmi Party. The party is facing a 10 years anti-incumbency. There are the serious corruption charges. Their leaders had gone to the jail, and there is a perception. Whether that perception is very deep or not, that's a different thing altogether. But must have taken some money somewhere. That's a perception, I'm telling you. Whether they pass a verdict against them depends on how the BJP is fighting the battle, how the Congress is fighting the battle, who is the chief ministerial candidate from the Congress and the BJP. It depends on many, many factors. Not one factor will decide. So my only submission is that Arvind Kejriwal is not the same Kejriwal as he used to be in 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15 and onwards.
But there's a critical decision the party has to take now on who will be the next chief minister. Now, Atishi's name is doing the rounds, but you know the internal workings of the party. You were part of Aam Aadmi Party. Tell us, is there a sense that, the likes of Kailash Gehlot and Gopal Rai, who are already sulking apparently, will not work or not report to a junior? There will be internal differences. So net, Sunita Kejriwal is the option if the party has to be together. This is what I'm talking about, what is going around right now. What is your take on who will be the next chief minister?
It's a difficult to say, but finally everybody will fall in line. If Arvind Kejriwal decides that this man and this woman will be the chief minister, everybody will fall in line. Maybe a skirmishes, a minor resentment here and there, but that's bound to happen. I'm not guessing who is going to be the chief minister because, frankly speaking, I do not have the information, and these are the decisions which is taken in secrecy, and many people are not even privy to that those kind of information. I do not have the information, so I will not indulge into any kind of kite flying. But yes, as he has said, there will be a new chief minister, and it's again, it's too late. When you are going to jail, if he had resigned at that point of time, would have elected a new leader, and after coming back, if he had resumed his duties, resumed the constitutional duties, it would have been different thing. My only submission is winning, losing is not important. You can't play with the constitution of this country just in the name of politics. You can't every time we indulge into theatre. That is not going to help. Don't play with the constitution, because it is because of this Narendra Modi and his government is severely criticized. And if somebody who has been swearing by the constitution has been putting Baba Saheb Ambedkar's picture behind him on the wall, and you yourself is playing with the constitution, then even he wins or loses, he has become the prime minister. At least I am not I'm not somebody who will endorse this act. This was a gross violation of the constitution, and I will call it as a constitutional sin which he has committed, and the country will not forget it in the near future.
Is Aam Aadmi Party isolated within the India alliance? You referred to it in a
I
way.
don't think so. I don't think that he's isolated.
They're
I
not
don't
able
think
to
he's,
get allies. They did not ally with Congress in Haryana. They have
no,
the
no, no,
sense of
no.
confidence to go alone.
See, alliance building is not a one-way affair. It's a two-way affair. Both the parties have to clap together. If the one party decides to clap, another party doesn't want to clap, then they won't be an alliance. So there was a consultation. There was a the talks did happen between these two political parties. Unfortunately, they couldn't agree on the kind of seats which they are getting and the number of seats which the Aam Aadmi Party was supposed to get, and that's why the talk broke. So but that doesn't mean that the India alliance per se at the national level has disappeared. No, that is not true. AAP is still a part of India alliance, and unless they decide to tell the whole world that they have broken away from the India alliance at the national level, at the regional level, at the state level. There are several political parties who are part of India alliance at the national level, but they didn't have any alliance in the state itself. Mamata Banerjee is an example of that.
Yeah, what are the chances? Because AAP wants that election should be held in November with Maharashtra. That reduces the gap after Arvind Kejriwal's resignation. And they feel that an early election is in order. What are the chances of that? Of course, in the regular schedule, one expects the elections to be held in Feb. But either way, what are the chances? And how
See,
will
it's a political decision which Mr. Narendra Modi and the BJP has to take, and the decision will be taken after having an assessment what are the chances of the BJP in Delhi. If they realize that holding an early election will help BJP, they will go ahead with the elections early along with the Maharashtra. And if they realize they need some more time, then the election will be held in the month of February.
So the last question to you, of course, you are all over social media, created a lot of buzz. Anything you want to say about how television debates these days have reached a new low? Why did you lose your temper in Navika's show?
No, I will not. I will not. I will not speak on that. I haven't spoken about it.
But
Whatever
in
has
general,
happened is that.
about
No, I
about
will not. I will
television
not
debates.
speak. No, I will not speak about it. And whatever has happened has happened. But it's okay. I moved on.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ashutosh,
Thank
for
you.
joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving us your time. Have a nice day.